That's what we got done so far in the clone. By the way, I'm Hawk. I make props and costumes. If it wasn't obvious, we're back on the clone. Chest. The upper half. Relatively done. Now we're going to do everything else. Thighs, shins, kneecaps, button cod. Button cod may end up being reprinted because I may want them a little longer. And I know I've got a gap on the side, so I'm probably redoing the cod no matter what. But these guys are in rough shape. And there's still support material that needs to be pulled off. Magnets that need to be added. We're not relying just on magnets. It's also going to have some elastic there to make sure everything stays in place. But there's a lot left to this costume. I know it's just like, oh, it's just sand and prime. No, there's still strapping, all the accessories like the belt, pauldrons, then there's the actual paint job, one step at a time. Next step, we're going to lightly sand everything. And this is straight off the printer, by the way. It's relatively smooth to start. I might still even have support that I have to pry off. And that's how straight off the printer it is. And they're really good. Not quite there, but so it's only going to take a couple of light coats of everything. I mean, that's, again, provided everything fits. I've only tried it on once or twice, and I think everything works. Well, let's get to sanding. I got a question for you. Something that's been on my mind a little bit lately. I leave sanding in my videos to show a continuity. Because I don't want to just, jump on screen and go, well, I'm going to do this, and then I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this. I'd like to actually, I want it to be more of a collaborative experience. So for the narrative, I tend to either speed up or cut sanding down, but I try to include it. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel it's necessary or unnecessary? Does it add to the experience or take it away? At this point, there's like 5 of us actually watching this point. So I really want to hear from you. Does the sanding, even sped up like it has been, does it add anything to the story? Or is it just kind of there? It's a collaborative process. Back to sanding. So at this point, everything has gotten a light sanding. I did a light sanding with 220. Next step is acetone and glazing putty. I am thinning down spot and glazing putty with acetone. I am not thinning out body filler. Those are two completely different things, right? Body filler is the stuff with the hardener that we did for the Tetsaiga, right? You did watch that video, right? It was a good one. I liked it. The spot and glazing putty is an all-in-one compound. I thin it with acetone. Acetone dissolves some filaments. This is PETG. PETG and PLA are both fine for acetone. ABS will melt. So make sure you test on a small piece before you commit to the big pieces. It's glazing putty, not body fill. Body fill you have to do a completely different thing with. Before I do that, I have to move all of this, because again, it splatters everywhere, because I use a brush. And I'm pretty blasé about most of it. Acetone is toxic. It is not good for you. You don't want this in your lungs. You don't want it in your eyes. You don't want it in open wounds. You don't want it in your body. There's a real easy way to make sure that you are safe when using products like this, and that's to not use products like this. Or read labels, educate yourself, and wear the proper PPE, which is what I'm about to do. 3 rounds glazing putty and 3 rounds of sanding. I actually do sanding on this one. But if you look here, so there's a bunch of lines. These are the layer lines. Some of them are slightly darker than the others. And I don't know if that's because it's glazing putty in there, or if it's just showing through, and since there's more layers there, it looks darker. The only way to find out that is to prime everything. And that's where we're at now. I'm probably going to hot glue these to a thing so I can hang them and paint them, because there's no real easy way of painting most of these things. They're oddly shaped, and they don't lay on an end, and then the end doesn't get painted, so we'll just hot glue them to a thing. I may even just, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But priming, we're on to priming. So this is 3 coats of glazing putty and 2 coats of filler primer. In between each filler primer, a little bit of steel wool. Circular motions here. I think that is just about perfect, which means 1 more coat of primer and we should be pretty good. Some steel wool everything, put 1 more coat of primer on, and then I think we may be ready for paint, but I'm going to leave it overnight and we'll find out. I think we're done with the acetone. I think we're done with the glazing putty. Clean this off, and we'll look at the parts real quick. This thing looks fantastic. It was a good start, but I mean, that looks, that's what I want. And the spoons are small, so we'll go something a little larger. Here's a shin. Look at that thing. That is also just in really good. I'm very happy with how they turned out. And this, hot gluing a string and painting it, this would have been exceptionally complicated to figure out how to hang each of the pieces on a hook. Hot gluing string works fantastic. So, I think we're at the point where I'm going to... these. Started out with 3 levels of acetone and glazing putty. Sanded with 220 in between each. Then steel wool, the final one. Then we went primer, 3 coats of primer, steel wooling in between each coat. And that gives us just a super smooth finish. The primer I'm using is Rustoleum Automotive Filler Primer. The top coat I'm going to use is Rustoleum Flat Protective Enamel. This seems to be my PSA on PPE video here. Primer's primary function is to stick to things so other things can stick to it. That's pretty much it. Your lungs are made out of things. We're a respirator, so this primer does not stick to your lungs. It's a real easy way to make sure there are no issues. So, I'm going to sand, or I'm going to steel wool everything, and then we're going to give it a light coat. Well, we're going to give it a full coat of the white. The end of the day, or week, whatever, this is where we're at. These look fantastic. Right? I'm very happy with how they all turned out. This one, I can kind of see striations from layer lines, but not really. When I hung it up on the rail, some dust got on it, so I'm going to have to sand it down and do another coat anyway. Everything else looks fantastic. You stay. The calves, look at these things. These are spectacular. Next time, everything is fitted and put on. Hopefully that should be all the armor part. We're saving the cod piece for last because I may have to reprint it. It may be too short. I may just have to extend it a little bit. I know I have to extend it on the sides, but we'll see. I'm going to try and not if we don't have to, but it is what it is. Everything gets connected in a bunch of weird things, right? We're going to put snaps on the thighs, which will go up to the belt. These get magnets and elastic, which should be weird. These also get elastic. So, you know, there's a lot coming up. You want to make sure you keep up. Think about sticking around. Thanks for making it to the end. I really appreciate it. We made some pretty good progress. Next time, the armor may be done. Hope to see you there.